Howdy, howdy. What's going on, everybody? I hope you are doing well, having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Welcome to my channel, The Stone Mandalorian. My name is Cody, aka The Stone Mandalorian, or Stone Mando. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with me today. I'm taking a look at Tika from Obi-Wan Kenobi, Disney Plus series. And as you can see, this is a Jawa, one of the most iconic species in all of Star Wars. It's the first seen in Star Wars 77, A New Hope. And just give you a quick look at the box right here. I had my feelings on Kenobi. There was some good parts, there was some okay parts, and then there was some really fire parts. But that being said, I did enjoy most of the show. There's a lot that could have been better about it. I'm not going to get all into it. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the figure. And yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's crack this thing open. And here's Tika out the box. And cool thing about this Jawa is, hey, we have some world building elements here. And I am not sure what any of this is, actually, to be quite honest with you. I know, go ahead, call me a fake Star Wars fan. I get it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no idea what this is, but the sculpt is pretty cool, like I said. Some world building elements here. Some little doodads and knickknacks that a Jawa might have. Very cool sculpts on these things. Some nice clean paint as well. This will probably benefit from a nice dark wash, to be honest. Bring all this nice sculpt detail. The bottom is flat. So we got some nice, cool little world building elements here. Pretty interesting. And here's the Jawa's weapon, or his ion blaster. I guess his ion cannon. I guess what it would be. Shit, I'm blanking on what this is called right now. Disruptor, Jawa Disruptor, or something. I'm blanking right now. Might post it up here in the top or something. But we've seen this sculpt before, to my knowledge. I believe this is the same as. Yeah, this is the same as every other sculpt, and I'll do a side by side later just to make sure. But then getting onto the Jawa here, there's not a whole lot to talk about. But do have some nice, you can see those wrappings, the sculpt and the black underneath, the nice gold eyes, yellow eyes. Some nice paint on here. Nice texturing on this hard plastic. It's kind of hard to see up under, but it's kind of got wraps very similar to the Tusken Raider. Kind of hard to see with this. He's kind of got the traffic cone going on, but he's got this nice softer plastic over top. So not a whole lot of articulation to talk about. I'll do a quick run through real quick. So arms on the Jawa, you can get a pretty nice full T position here. Get right about 90 at the elbow, not too bad. There is a horizontal hinge here on the right hand and a horizontal hinge here on the left as well. And the legs they're hard to get to with this. There is one little split in here. It's hard to see, but I do believe that the Jawa's legs are pinless. But you can see these wraps, very similar to the sculpt on the Tusken Raider. Very, very similar. But anyways, that's gotta be, yeah. So there's no pins on this one, but can't really get to the knee. Like, it is pretty much a traffic cone. But he stands pretty good. You're not going to get this Jawa to sit down, that's for sure. Got a nice bandolier over here. I'm going to go over, and it is attached to this vest as well. So like I said, not a whole lot to go over articulation wise, but definitely a true iconic piece of Star Wars history and a species that everyone needs at least a Jawa or 3 or 5 in their collection, in my opinion. But definitely a cool little figure, man. And here on the right is the the OG old school red and black box Jawa. And as you can see, he's got this extra hosing piece. He has totally different deco and bandoliers. But as far as I can tell, yeah, you can see the sculpt is the exact same. Same exact ripples and folds, is literally just a different color. I do prefer the more brown on this left hand, the Kenobi version, a little bit more. Like I said, this one on my right is the red and black box version, but I would like, one of these days I'm gonna get my hand on the off-world Jawa as well. I need at least 1 or 2 more Jawas, but as far as this goes, it's a great looking little figure. Like I said, it's got some really cool world building elements with, I don't know what these are right here, but it's still cool to have in the line. Very unique, cool sculpts. But everyone needs Jawas in their collection. And just real quick, why don't we just take a little gander at this? And you can see it is the same exact sculpt, just about. Or no, yeah, same exact sculpt. The only difference is this Jawa comes with a separate blaster attached with this hose. either way, both of these figures, they're one and the same exact sculpt, just slight different paint variations or plastic color variations, and then some different deco pieces, as you can see. But I'm really feeling this more brown color for the Kenobi Jawa. I really like that brown color a lot. I do believe there's a soft goods Jawa, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, but figure go ahead and do another 2-in-1 figure review because these are the same exact figures. But yeah, the guy must have for any Star Wars collector, man. And just to give y'all an idea of scale, here's the Jawa next to the Archive Tusken Raider. And another side-by-side comparison here for y'all. Here on the left is Farm Boy Luke for the Power of the Force cardback version. And here on the right is R5-D4. Uncle Owen, this R5 unit has a bad motivator. Look. And now ending it off with the side-by-sides. You know how I had to send it away with R2-D2 and C-3PO. So although the first time we got the Jawa in the Black Series was 2018, this Kenobi version was released in 2022, obviously in succession to the show or whatever. To Tika, they named Jawa from the Kenobi show on Tatooine. This is, like I said earlier, man, it's just an iconic piece of Star Wars history, and everyone needs a Jawa in their collection, man. Something cool about in 77, the Jawa, most of the Jawas that you see in 77 A New Hope, they are played by local children. So I thought that was kind of interesting. You do see a couple random, like, taller Jawas. I guess they just, that day, they needed someone else to fill in the role or whatever. But if you notice in Star Wars 77, there are some really, like, smaller sized Jawas, and then there's almost like normal sized, like people, human sized Jawas. So it's kind of strange, but awesome figure. Like I said, everybody needs a couple Jawas in their collection. Super cool to get some of these world building elements with Tiki here. Decent. I can't even really say decent paint. There's really not a whole lot of paint on this figure, to be honest. There's some nice sculpting and cool deco pieces. I can say that. Articulation is very limited just because of this. It's very traffic cone, this hard plastic kind of skirt thing, jacket, tunic, whatever you like to call it, really inhibits the legs. You ain't gonna bend these legs, and if you do, it's not gonna look right. But that being said, I definitely, like I said, you gotta have some Jawas in your collection, man. You can't be a Star Wars fan and not have Jawas. That's sacrilegious right there. But awesome figure, super happy to get this Jawa out of the box and on the shelf with the red and black box version. I hope you all enjoyed this review. Maybe this swayed you to pick up this figure. One more thing I'd like to say that sucks about Jawas and why I think they're not bought more often is because you're getting like half of a figure for the same price. So anytime when Jawa has come out, obviously in 2018, Black Series was retailing for less than $25. I believe the standard price was $20, $19.99 at that time, before the COVID crisis and all that. So I feel like the reason that most people don't buy Jawas is because you're getting like half of a figure at the same standard price of $24.99. So it's like, I wish they could throw us a bone maybe and like get Jawas down to like 15 or $20 a piece. But you got to think this Kenobi, there is some new deco. They have the new world building elements, new sculpt right here, and this little thing. I don't know what either one of these are. If you do, hit me down below in the comments. I'd like to know. If you know what these are, let me know because I'm genuinely curious. And as a Star Wars fan, I'd like to know. I'm genuinely curious, but these are some awesome looking accessories. Like I said, they're world building elements at that, so that's always cool. But totally recommend any Star Wars Black Series collector picking up a Jawa or just a casual Star Wars fan. Like a Jawa is a really cool figure that you can just sit over in the corner of your desk of your office or something like that, man. But that being said, I hope you enjoy this review. Go pick up a Jawa, you awesome motherfuckers. I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Appreciate you taking the time with me this evening, day, morning, whenever you're watching this. May the force be with you. Utini!